warm welcome to another muscle-sapping, energy-crunching hour of strength and stamina. Britain's strongest man. And as always, helping me out for that hour, 6'2", a tribute to clean living, great champion, Henry Cooper. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. I am great. Do you have expect?
Strongman in Scotland, at 5 feet 9 inches, weighing 21 stone, a Highland Games champion shot putter and weightlifter, Hamish Davidson. From Romsey in Hampshire, 6 feet 20 stone, the man nicknamed the Human Crane, Gary Windebank. No stranger to this contest, from Crystal Palace in London, 5 feet 11 inches and 18 stone, weightlifter Stephen Zetolowski. From Spalding in Lincolnshire, former Olympic shot putter and Europe's strongest man 1980 at 6 feet 5, weighing 22.5 stone, former winner of the contest, Jeff Cakes. From Crawley in Sussex, flown in from San Diego University in California, another winner of the contest, discus thrower at 6 feet 7 inches, weighing 20 stone, Richard Slaney. From Lewisham in London, National League hammer thrower and former Royal Marine Commando at 6 feet 3, weighing 20 stone 10, John Sedge. Last of the 8 from Folkestone in Kent, a judo black belt and powerlifter at 6 feet 4 inches, weighing 19 stone, Marvin McClatchy.
So there you have it, the 8 contestants who'll be competing for this magnificent trophy. Prize money of more than £1,000, but most important of all, that title of Britain's strongest man. So what's going to happen? Well, we've got 7 events for them, 7 very tough ones too. There's 8 points for a first at each event, 7 for second, 6 for third, right down to 1 point for 8th place. Now, at the end of the 7 events, the 4 leaders in the points table will then take part in a tug of war. And it's from that tug of war that we'll find out who's going to become Britain's strongest man. Look at us, Hope and Royal. I mean, that's the names of the 2 shower horses that normally pull these drays all around London. But in this event, we replace the horses with men, because they're going to be pulling it down this 30-meter course, and it's obviously the fastest man that wins. You know, Henry, do you know anything about these drays at all?
Not a lot. But I know, unladen, this weighs over a tonne. Now, we're going to load it with enough barrels so it's going to weigh 2 tonne, 800 weight, or 11,648 kilos.
Always brings his sums with him. Yeah. Now, what about the barrels? What about the weight in each of those barrels?
Well, they hold plenty of beer, I tell you. Each barrel weighs, or holds, 36 gallons, or 288 pints.
But now you know. Okay, well, that's putting a new twist to the phrase, shifting the ale. And we're going to see them do just that as we sit back and enjoy the dray pull.
Heat 1. Hamish Davison versus Richard Slaney. The Scot tipped to do well here. He's already beaten Jeff Capes in a competition earlier this year. And Richard Slaney, the biggest man in the contest and a past winner.
Hands off the floor, please.
Watch the time, and it's Slaney who gets away first.
Come on, keep moving.
But as the tallest competitor, he might find it a problem to keep the momentum going. Davison stocky. And indeed, he's picked up on Slaney halfway down the course. And it's Davison getting the momentum, coming towards that finishing line. A good time. Davison wins.
27.5 seconds we made. That seems to be a pretty fast time to start with, Hamish. Are you happy with the way that went?
Yes, I think so. I got a pretty slow start, but I managed to keep going after that.
Being so low to the ground, do you think that may have helped you?
I think the leg strength helped me.
Well, Richard, you've done this last year. Does it get any easier? No, not at all. Still as hard on the legs, is it, in the back? Yeah.
Heat 2, Windebank versus Sedge. And that looks like the bulk there of Gary Windebank, the Human Crane. And there's John Sedge, former commando, very determined. .27.5 seconds to beat. And it's Windebank who seems to have the slower start. Notice that upright stance. And that, as we remember from the past, is always a disadvantage. And it's indeed John Sedge who's away and going well. Big man who trains round Crystal Palace with Peter Tancred, pulling a Citroen car, and today pulling that dray. He's going to get a good time here. Well done.
Where'd you find that most painful? On the old legs or the back or all over?
Yeah, I've got a knee injury on Monday.
Yeah.
Both knees.
Yeah.
And physio done a good job on them.
Yeah. Because you're what, an ex-Marine, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you never done anything like this in the Marines before, eh? Not that you didn't pull a tank or anything like that, or...
Only used to pull sledges.
Yeah.
In Norway.
That's something like an harness, like what you got on there.
Yeah, similar. But they weren't so heavy as this.
Heat 3. Marvin McClatchy versus Jeff Capes. McClatchy, the judo black belt. Capes, a proven champion.
Come on!
27 and a half seconds to beat. And Capes has done this a number of times now. And that 22 and a half stone, pulling those drays away very quickly indeed. Marvin's struggling a little. He's got 3.5 stone of a disadvantage here. And now it's almost a run. It's almost a run from Jeff Capes to the line. Watch that time. And he's going to be well inside it.
Under 25 seconds I made that there, so you're the leader at the moment. How does that compare to pulling the truck from last time?
About the same.
It isn't...
Well, it's roughly about the same. I'm not quite sure which would be easier. It run pretty freely once you got going. But they're all hard.
The last heat, Steven Zedelovsky versus Peter Tancred, the joker there, always with a smile on his face. And Tancred from a famous family. Well, can anybody possibly beat that time? Zedelovsky was doing this last year. And he's plodding away there pretty well. Pretty determined looking, but I don't think he's going to beat the time. Tancred's got a lot less weight, only 18 stone, and here's Zedelovsky with all that power, the weightlifter, is going to win easily, but as you can see, outside 25 seconds. The winner, Zedelovsky.
Come on, Pete.
Well done, hello, Steve. How are you?
Getting older.
Yeah. You look as though you lost a bit of weight.
Yeah, gone down a stone in a bit.
Stone in a bit, eh?
Yeah.
So what, you hope to do better, what? Because you were third last year, weren't you?
Yeah, maybe I was carrying a bit too much excess weight.
First blood to Jeff Capes in the Truckpull, 8 points. Davidson with 7.